traumatizing scenes from our childhood, The Brave Little Toaster was very nearly a horror film. First of all, this movie walked so that Toy Story could run, but the only scene that has the same energy is really the one where they're all like in the incinerator and they hold hands and accept death, but that's just the whole movie of The Brave Little Toaster. The concept is basically 5 small household electronics in like an abandoned cottage or something, and they're trying to find their little boy. And I really wonder if when Toy Story came out, the writers of this were like, we should have done toys. Because why is a vacuum attached to a little boy, you know? There's an absolutely horrific dream sequence in this movie. The toaster is just toasting for said little boy, but he's burning the toast. Bad. But the smoke turns into a giant terrifying hand and sucks the little boy out of the room like that. And obviously the home erupts into flames. At which point a terrifying clown fireman with a fork comes to menace the tiny toaster. This one's sideways, but the toaster absconds. The water from the hose becomes like a tsunami that then turns into many forks that try to stab and murder the toaster. And then, probably trigger warning, they hang the toaster from the shower rod over a bathtub full of water. Why? Or don't forget the scene where they witness this like repairman disassemble a blender, which in their world is, they show just the shadow of what this guy is doing while they're looking on absolutely horrified. And then they show him packaging the motor. This part, it's hard to tell what's going on, but this is like dripping. I think it's supposed to look like blood. It's like dripping from the machinery and they're all just. Or this scene where they weirdly have beef with like an in-window air conditioning unit. I think he's mad because the little boy didn't operate him or something, which I don't, whatever. So he loses it and he just basically opts out of existence like that. He has passed. But also then I think it's the vacuum, is like, well, he was a jerk anyway. Also, there's this scene in the garbage yard in which this magnet thing, which makes a deeply unsettling noise, just gathers and just murders many cars. Like all these cars, goners. Do you guys remember the scene? They go on this like extremely long conveyor belt to the chompy thing, which also had a face, which then insinuates that the machines are the ones, the other machines, and there's just horrified onlookers. Meanwhile, the song that they're all singing is called Worthless. And the whole entire song is just like, you're worthless, I'm worthless, time to die. Or this scene where I don't remember the context of this. He's in the woods and there's a beautiful flower under a tree all by itself. And the toaster like backs up out of this hedge. And the flower sees itself in the reflection and thinks it's another flower, which is nice, right? No, because the toaster is like, that's just a reflection. That's not another flower. And then when he turns around to look, RIP the flower. So yeah, this one's brutal.